All right. So again, we are meeting for another discussion session. So since I'm traveling, as you all know, I won't be doing a talk as such, but we can take this time for discussion. And I would like to take some time for Alex because I'm not quite sure when I met last time
Oh,
whether I explained mindfulness well and enough for you.
yes.
So yeah. So um, did we discuss what mindfulness is last time?
No, I was in the meditation session.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So since Steve has spoken to you a bit about mindfulness, so and even I was a bit busy that day. I didn't take much time, but today I just want to introduce or give the basics of mindfulness.
Okay.
Um, mm, and The simple meaning of mindfulness is, if I may use just one word, uh, mindfulness is awareness.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so when awareness,
Awareness. Yep.
yeah. So when I say awareness, you may be wondering um, how such a simple thing is mindfulness. And should we really learn awareness? It is something that we already have, right? So without awareness you can't do a lot of things, right? So that's true, but the awareness we are talking here are slightly different, right? So the awareness what we have at the moment is the awareness of the outside world. We have extrovert attention, so that is the awareness that we know about. But the awareness that the Blessed One is talking is the awareness of the inside, right? So internal awareness, right?
Yep.
So when we talk about internal awareness, there are three main ingredients in it. The three ingredients are: it should be of yourself, and it should be right here, it should be right now. So if you have the awareness of here, now, I am, then that is mindfulness. So the awareness of not here, not now, not I am is not mindfulness. So a lot of people, if you go to internet, they say awareness of the surrounding. That is nonsense, right? So the awareness that the Blessed One is talking is not the awareness of the surrounding, but it is the internal awareness. Okay?
Yep.
So of these four words, here, now, I am, and the awareness, the most important word is the awareness. The reason for that is, here, now, I am has been there ever since we were born. It has been there ever since we have existed in this universe. So therefore, the most important word is the awareness, not I, not here, not now, because they don't go anywhere. They are always with you. Okay,
Yep.
right. So since we have not done that in our existence, in order to bring that awareness to ourselves, to here, to now, we need a way, we need a technique, right? So the technique that we are using is, you bring the awareness to I, right? Who am I? If I ask that question from you,
Yep.
who are you, or who is an animal, who is a living being? How can you explain? A living being is a physical process, mental process, and the interconnection between the two. Okay, so that's the simple explanation of a living being. And Buddha calls it name and form, and so I'm not going to take those technical terms. So although I am is having these three components, we have no clue about mental process. We have no clue about, therefore, the interconnection. And all what we worry from the time we are born to the time we go to the grave, and from the time we wake up in the morning until we go to the bed, we worry about only the physical process. So everything happening under the sky is to look after the physical process, and there are very few people who worry about the mental process, right? So therefore, we talk about physical immunity, but there is no one talking about mental immunity. So the Blessed One is giving this mental immunity. How? By bringing the awareness. In other words, if I may use the word mental process, which is roaming around the universe, to the physical process. Our mental process is always outside, and it is going even beyond the galaxies. That mental process, when you bring back, you call it the awareness. And that awareness is brought nowhere else to the physical process, right? And we try to observe the physical process. So therefore, to do that, we take simple techniques such as walking, which all the human beings are doing irrespective of their color, creed, race, you name it. Without any discrimination, every human being is walking, so we use that. And at the same time, every human being is having the respiration, so we use that. By using those two, we bring the awareness to the lower part of the body and the upper part of the body. And through that, we try to understand another way of living, or in other words, a better way of living, or basically the only proper way of living. Right? So for that only, you did walking mindfulness few minutes ago, and you did sitting mindfulness. So by that you bring the attention, and may not be you may not be successful in bringing the attention. 45 minutes walking, 45 minutes sitting, but now you have tried. So of those 45 minutes, some 1 second, if you have brought your attention to the lower part to the upper part of the body, that's it. There you have changed the cycle that has been operating all this time. Okay.
Yep.
So that is the brief explanation of what mindfulness is. And when you are mindful, you should be able to tell somebody else that you are mindful. And you also should have a way how you convince yourself that you are mindful. Right? So for that, if you have the awareness, you should note down, you should be aware of, you should have information of what is happening each and every fraction of second, each and every now, each and every here. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So when you walk, you should know details of your walking.
Yep.
Right? You should know details of your sitting. So when you know what happened during that period, then you have been aware. Right? So this is the brief explanations. Do you have any question?
Not at the moment. I'm following. Yeah, I'm actually following.
That was my next question, whether you understood what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's good that you're following that. So even if you understood only 2% of what I said, that's more than enough to start. If you understood only just 2% of what I said, then that would have been more than enough, because this is just the start. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So with that, I would like to open up the discussion. So is there anyone who wants to talk? Is anyone having any topic for discussion? Any question, any report? Anyone in Zoom? If they have anything, this is the time to ask. You're all good, Chatu?
I'm okay, Alex. No questions here.
All right. So I'm happy to say then goodbye. Right. So then, do you have the paper, Chatu?
Yeah.
So if you have the paper, we will transfer it and conclude the session.